the wrong car and you're waiting there and people are like, oh my God, there's Wendy. You're like, where's the fucking car? Like, get me out of here. Like, I get it. And she did seem being upset seemed normal in
Yes.
that
Yes.
situation. So, yeah, no, look, I don't dislike Sherry, but I don't like her. I find her very flat. I don't think there's anything, I don't know. I mean, she's, I guess, non-offensive, and that's what you want for a talk show. But no, I think Wendy was one of the pioneers in the space.
Agreed. Agreed. It's something different. It's like appointment viewing. It's like you saw the clips, you saw how she did on social media. She had the Ask Wendy clips. How you doing? It's like memorable. When I think about Sherry Shepherd, I think of Jennifer Hudson, Tamron Hall, Sherry Shepherd. It all blends together. It's all the same crap.
And also, it is hard to, I mean, as you
And
know,
Drew Barrymore. I don't want people to think I'm saying all the black women. Drew Barrymore. It's all the same.
well, I
Blend together.
just thought it for a second, but I didn't say that. I was like, okay, but Drew Barrymore too,
Yes.
yes.
It's all the same.
But what was I going to say? No, as you know, and I can attest to this, it is very hard to go on air, give your honest opinion about someone, and then say what time are we meeting for a drink? It don't work like that. Now, mind you, Wendy's bigger than David Yontef, but normally you go on air and say your honest opinion, and then say that was work, and now we're gonna have our drink, and they're like, no, 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 sweetie, we now hate you, and you're like, okay, well then hate me because I got to do my job. Wendy was friends with these people, had a drink at night, and then was like, let me tell you what, Rihanna did last night over our cocktails. And this bitch is crazy. And yet they were still friends with her. So that's a really hard thing to balance,
Agreed. Agreed. That
right?
it's very hard to balance that. I think certain people can get away with it. And I think because Wendy was never a celebrity. She was someone that everyone kind of knew, but she always maintained like that girl next door, the friend that you want to kind of shit talk with and kiki with. She did a good job of like, she never was A-list, in my opinion. She was always B-list, which I think was intentional. Like she could have been A-list. It was very intentional to kind of be B-list. I think that was smart on her part because nobody thought of her as a threat. They're like, oh, she's gonna talk some shit, but we cared. Like the people that, I mean, I know so many people that I've interviewed that are like, I got into reporting or podcasting because of Wendy Williams. Like,
When
that's
this show first started, it was based on Wendy Williams. It was like, I will go out with people at night and then I will talk about it the next day on air. That was kind of my model when I first started. God help us, more than 5 years ago. God help me. But no, I think look, do I think she believed the hype of herself? Do I think she probably was difficult to work for? Yeah, 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 and yeah. But when your name is on the door and it's the Wendy Williams show, I mean, it's kind of you're entitled to be somewhat different. It's your show. I mean, you have to, right?
be a little difficult. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure Dr. Phil ain't no walk in the park. So,
No. I've heard Dr. Phil is kind of difficult as well. What else you want to talk about before we go? Anything else that we haven't
well,
talked about?
I'm just happy. I think it's not really a topic of conversation, but I'm just like happy for Heidi Montag. I initially was a little annoyed with them. They kept posting, we lost our house, crying, doing multiple videos of buying new clothes. I was like, a lot of people have lost their homes and they're not posting videos every day. But then I was like, okay, maybe this is how they're going to make money. And, Spencer did an interview that I liked, her husband, and said, listen, you guys made fun of us for not having money, for spending all our money, and now we're trying to make money, and you're also making fun of us. So at this point, we can do no right. So we're gonna do whatever the fuck we want. And he got his wife to number one. I mean, even Melissa Gorga posted a TikTok dancing to her song. So it's everywhere. And Paris Hilton did a video. It's everywhere, and she's number one on Spotify. That's no easy feat, right? So good on her. And this album came out in 2010. It's like a long time ago.
And Brody Jenner posted, and Lo Bosworth posted, and Audrina Patridge posted, and Miss Cavallari posted, and those are the most important ones of all. Hills Laguna Beach, one of the best reality shows of all time. I will stand by that. I agree. Like Spencer is, I think this is ironic for a show that started that everybody knows was scripted and staged, and we all know The Hills wasn't real. But like for that, like I think reality TV has come so far that it is so staged now and it is so produced that Spencer is just like a disaster of like, and I mean that in a good way, where he's just saying whatever's on his mind. Like, right, you guys hated us for making money, losing money, And now why? Because I saw an interview who's like, why am I going to go promote the other person? You know, Goldie Hawn lost her house, Melissa Rivers, we can go. He's like, why would I promote them? I don't give a shit. I mean, he does, but he's like, he didn't say it that, but he basically said, like, go buy Heidi's music. I'm wearing a Heidi t-shirt. I'm not promoting anyone else. I need to make my own money. My house burned down. I respect that. Like, who else should you be promoting? Let someone else go out and promote their own plight. And I agree, and I do agree. This is why I always say to people, if someone is coming at you or making up a narrative about you, I always say don't respond because you can't do any right. You'll respond, you'll be so heartfelt, you'll read your statement, you'll cross your T's, dot your I's, like it doesn't matter. People that don't like you will tear your statement apart. Just don't even. So I agree, like you can't do any right, Spidey. So just go out and do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, live your life, enjoy it, like post the TikToks, do the Instagrams. And again, at the end of the day, some of these celebrities that are doing the interviews, they've lost their vacation homes. I'm not minimizing losing your home, whatever it is very difficult. I'm not going to deny that. But we also need to understand a lot of people have lost their only homes. And a lot of people in Altadena have lost a home and they're not able to replace it. And a lot of celebrities have, hired private firefighters, private security. People can't afford that are just like normal people. So I think that this fire definitely brings up a lot of that kind of stuff. But in the mess of all this political and people making it political, Spidey was kind of refreshing. I was like, okay, this is like fun. Everyone's dancing. People are kind of forgetting. I'm like, this is refreshing. Thank you.
It
What's
is
next?
refreshing. Thank you. I told you before you went on air, I have all of Paris Hilton's CDs. I have all of Lindsay Lohan's music. I don't know how I haven't had Heidi's CD, but I do now.
Yeah.
I just can't believe I never had it before. But look, I think Spencer should know it's a short window. I have already gone on record and predicted on my show a few days ago that they will be on Dancing with the Stars or my show tomorrow, whatever day. I bet you Heidi gets a contract, Spencer gets a contract. They compete against each other. But this is a short window, right? Like this isn't like, this is all great, but it's not gonna like what could maybe this could be parlayed into something, but not, like Spencer should know that this is what it is. Like you have your 15 minutes, you've had it before, and this could go away. I think
Right.
there is some fatigue at times with the two of them already, but I agree with you. I was kind of here for it because why not, right?
Good. It's good. I mean, making a TikTok trend happen as someone who's done it, it's not easy. Like you post things and it doesn't go viral, and for them to do it so quickly and get so many celebrities on board. I mean, it's good for them. And I also feel like you said, you have I think it's more 12 minutes of fame, not even 15. It's running out already. So if they get Dancing with the Stars and then maybe like a book deal, I think that would be more than they could ever imagine.
Right. Like people are talking about a reality show. It's entitled it Rebuilding the Hills. I'm like, I don't know if this will lead. I mean, sure, it could. Stranger things have happened, but I'm not so sure we're
Right.
there. I mean, Denise Richards wears an upside down jacket on Beverly Hills and she has her own show now on E, same production company. So anything is possible in this town,
There
but
you go.
I don't know if we're overstating all of that just yet, right?
I think shows about this fire are like shows about COVID. People just want to move on. They don't want to
Yeah.
live in it. Like, we don't want to watch a show in 6 months about the fires. Like,
Right. Like, what would the show be? I mean, they have kids. It could be like a family show like the Osbournes, but right now we have to, where are they going to live and rebuilding their lot? Like, I mean, there has to be more to it. Like, Spencer and Heidi get a new home and need to make money is not a show. We need,
absolutely. Absolutely. We need a little
right?
more. Well, you mentioned the Osbournes quickly before we're done.
Oh,
I
so
wanted
good.
your opinion about this because I know that like a lot of people, I know Kelly Osbourne told celebrities like just stay home, stop going to the like press
She
things, and
went on a rant, Kelly
he was mad. But I also
Osbourne.
feel like, yeah, Kelly Osbourne. We have so many Kellys that are
I
acting
know. I'm like, Kelly Osbourne went on a rant.
not Kelly Dodd. But for me, what was interesting was when Meghan Markle and Prince Harry or Harry, whatever, did their photo op, people were very upset and the comments were aggressive. But what people need to understand is sometimes, I'm not saying this specifically, when celebrities do stuff, there's a reason that when a celebrity loses their home, it's on international news because we feel like we know them. Like when you tell me like Catherine down the street lost her home, I'm sad. But when you say Khloe Kardashian, I'm like, oh, like I
You can
unfortunately that's what our
visualize it.
You can visualize it. So I think for this case of Meghan Markle, I think they're trying. I don't know about what their intentions are, but to me, when a celebrity does like a photo op, it kind of inspires other people to volunteer. And LA has really mobilized. They've really done all these free boutiques. Like so many boutiques in LA are giving out free new clothes. Like so, a lot of people are doing. And I'm not saying that celebrities are the reason people are doing that, but I think it does inspire people sometimes when they see Jennifer Garner on the front line. It makes them feel like maybe I should get up and help. So I kind of agree with Kelly, but I also feel like people, you can't tell celebrities to stay home. They do have some influence.
And everything we just said before, like if Meghan and Harry or whoever, Jennifer Garner, went somewhere and now was not photographed or didn't do a video, you'd be like, well, why don't you want to be in the video? You're like too good, Jennifer Garner, to be
Yeah.
seen in like ripped jeans with your hair messed up, like lifting boxes. It wouldn't be good. We would come after whoever for not doing a video of like, oh, you're too good to be in this. Maybe if you were in it, people would have known about this shelter or this whatever. So, yeah, I agree with you. I agree with Kelly and I agree with you. Two things can be true. Where can everyone find you and go listen to your amazing podcast? Where you told last time you told me you already have 40 episodes in the can. Now you probably have God knows how many.
You just keep racking up. The Vault podcast page, and then my personal Instagram is Amir Yas Official. We're gonna keep bringing you episodes. Jody was amazing. Jody Sweet, we
Right?
talked to her in the middle of the wildfires. She literally rescheduled her whole thing. It was like her neighbors' homes were. I mean, she's amazing.
Didn't I tell you she was like not right? I wasn't just saying that. She just her and it's like you just great. She was great.
She's just beyond. And she answered everything we talked about, everything from her ex-husband to Candace Cameron. She talked about it all. She mentioned it all, like as Bethany would say.
She's pretty honest.
Mhm. Mhm.
I love
Well,
her.
you were right. I
I
always
loved
trust
her.
you. I really trust
She
you now.
was just she just had good energy. And yeah, she was down to play and she just got it and just loved her.
Mhm.
Well, everyone needs to follow you. I'll share all your things in the show notes. You'll be back next week. It's always a pleasure. We still will figure out our drink or dinner
We'll do it.
as I mean, LA is open, people.
Yes, it is.
So, I mean, in its own way. All right, keep in touch. Bye. I'll talk to you later.
Bye, darling.
Bye.
Bye-bye.